Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the TVP. This is of course a tier 10 medium tank, and if you think you're a good player, then you definitely need the TVP. That's simply because this tank is so good, and if you're a good player, you definitely want this tank in your garage. Now, what does this tank have? It has some insane mobility. Well, not insane, it has some pretty good mobility, but the most insane thing about this tank is of course the gun. And when it comes to the gun, it is of course the drum. We've talked about this tank a few times. This tank has 4 shells and a 1.5 second interclip. Just think about that. In 4.5 seconds, you're going to be unleashing over 1,200 damage. That is insane. In 4.5 seconds. So if someone shoots, you peek them, you can shoot them, and you still have time to pull back and run away as well. This tank has one of the best guns, if not one of the best, if not the best gun in the whole game, simply because of how good the aim time and dispersion is as well. Of course, the damage may be a little bit low, but for example, if you compare this tank to the Leopard gun, you see that this tank has some amazing aim time. So like the circle is always going to be small, and even shooting when you're on the move is still going to be fairly accurate. Now, when it comes to mobility, you again have 60 kilometers forward and 20 kilometers back. So this is again pretty good for a medium tank. A lot of mediums have 55, 60 is pretty decent in my opinion. Now, getting back to the gun, of course, I forgot to say that this tank has some pretty good shell velocity as well. And when you compare it to tanks like the Progetto, I feel like this tank just completely blows those tanks out of the water. Now, this tank is not meant to be, this tank is not a brawler. That's why the tank doesn't have amazing DPM. So it has 2,650 DPM. And you don't want to stand there, shoot 4 shells and wait for your enemy to reload. Like, the gameplay on this tank is meant to be more around the fact that you come in, you give 4 shells, you take maybe 1 shot at most in return, you pull back, and then you come back later when you're reloaded, take 1 shot at most, give 4 in return, and pull back. That is going to be super duper easy, and with 3 full drums, you're going to be doing over 3,600 damage easily, 3,700 damage very easily. So you have to use your mobility and your gun to the full potential. Now, the biggest downside of this tank is, of course, the armor, the sides, and the rear can easily be HE'd, and you won't necessarily be blocking any shots at all. This tank's armor is not that great. You may ricochet 1 in 10, 1 in 20, but that's because you're just lucky and RNG is on your side. This tank does not have any armor, so rely on mobility and your very good gun. That's why I said if you are a good player, you should look to play the TVP. Because if you're not, you're going to really struggle, because I feel like newer players more or less rely on their armor. So tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And with that, Happy is out, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Bye-bye.